Welcome back.
There we go. More data for the dome.
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay. Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that, if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
Aloy, I believe Varl is still waiting.
I know. I just wanted to talk about...
As you wish.
How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study. A particular file soon caught information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat. I informed her that once I am empowered with the ability, I may be able to design.
I'm sure she'll like... So our plan to capture...
As you wish. We now know that Hephaestus...
Which is why I got Ted Farrow's Omega...
Correct. When we get to Gemini, I will...
And then you'll be...
Not quite.
How long?
Because the work will be split between...
And during the others will...
Correct. The energy...
And then we'll have... I found some data in one of the rooms. It mentioned that there are still functional seed banks beneath this facility. Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with reconstituting the biosphere with primary and secondary plant species. Had everything gone according to plan, humans would have eventually been able to introduce tertiary species, including new crops.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I require control over the machines in order to access and distribute the preserved seed stock.
And for that we need Hephaestus. It's something to look into later then. So I, found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen. Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn's staff and their families... Do you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support. My data indicates the facility went off.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection...
The missing subordinate functions.
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation. Apollo was tasked with disseminating vast archives of human knowledge. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Faro.
Ted. Guess he got what he deserved.
Yes. An igneous conclusion to his pathological impulsive tendencies.
All three of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my empowering my over... Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of... Attaining them in the short term is very...
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking... But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
I should be going.
Goodbye.
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. Their slave. Forever. Laurel and I will be at Gemini too. I'll protect you. As soon as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid. No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them. I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand. You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect? Beta, you don't have a defect. Beta, look. It's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win. You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You said you'd try to protect me. I believe you. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission. Hello again, Aloy. Hello, Aloy.
So,
Yes. I am continuously, despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel. I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation.
When I set out to find a way to bring you back, I never thought we'd be here, like this.
They have all come a long way with it. Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model to more once the biosphere has been stabilized.
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. So, about Beta. I never really saw the difference between... She's been through so much.
You have both endured many hardships, different in almost every respect. I like to think of you as two miracles.
3, then. It's not... So what will happen to this place?
All systems within this facility will continue, as Minerva will no longer be masking this location. The facility will be exposed to detection. Though without my presence, it is unlikely to attract attention.
Let's hope so. Gaia?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to... It was the first of many conversations, listening to her stories.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened, though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. Thanks, Gaia. Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too. Mine as well.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Imperative escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working! It's got nowhere to go!
Capture imminent. Initiating contingency 13F.
Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Engaging autonomous defenses. Directive neutralize.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready!
Here they come!
Four will stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it!
Be careful!
Having one, Aloy! Stay back!
Aloy! Help!
Hitting those weak... Take this ammo! Get back!
Oh, you're wounded!
Over here, you! I've got this! Aloy! Need a hand over here! Draw it away from Beta! Finish that machine!
That's all of them for now. You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled. Deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here. Room on me. I can send it to my stash. Chase after Hephaestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. Make it retreat to the core. No, you don't, Hephaestus! I'll find another way over.
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there. kind of production chamber. Festus is up to something, all right?
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Festus is hiding too.
Looks like there are a couple of ways I can go.
Italy, I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to...
The power node. I think that could work.
I think it could. Should be able to catch a ride on one of those metal carriers. Just a moment. Okay. How to drive a Festus out of here.
There should be a node you can override, near the central platform.
Thanks. I should deal with these machines first. Time to let go. It's on to me.
Sensor array K2. Secondary defenses. Intruder. Is at hand.
Oh, great. The machine's on the way. Beta! Festus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
Matrix Delta.
I know something's up.
Execute contingencies. C Mark 8 and R Mark 4. All deployed. Cycle pipelines A2 and B6.
One roasted machine. Right up.
network hub. I managed to disrupt Hephaestus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
Engage manipulation cycle X97. Retreating to materials. A cluster 1-1.
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, it better not get comfortable.
Energy containment failed. Settings overloading.
Great. Hephaestus covered the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy! More machines keep coming! Please tell me you're getting close!
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side, too.
I guess Aaron's missing out!
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine practices?
Right. Or some luminous braiding.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity. I think we can do this, Aloy.
I might be able to catch a ride on the rail. Go over the ship. All right. I need to draw Hephaestus signals.
Should be able to override.
Got it.
Intruder detected. Activating countermeasure. CX. Giga 9. Authorized 6,000. Unlimited 5.
Oh, here we go again.
That doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
Relief.
Materials well.
process restored. Now you can override it.
Good work.
You did the heavy lifting.
Purge imminent. Retreat. Construction ready. One.
Okay. Festus is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
The machine Festus was building. It must have finished it.
It's powerful, whatever it is. I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
No, yeah.
Repair.
Just stay where you are, okay?
Infiltrate.
Handling the machine's my job.
You are a violation. But no.
Scan it first. This thing's on its legs at the moment. I think it's charging up. Finish charging. Got left on me. It's gonna explode any second. Maybe one of my potions will help. It's charging up again. It's done.
You did it! There should be one more note to override.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you. No more hiding, Hephaestus!
Retreat to facility core.
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
And then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta. I'm glad you came along. And you, Laurel. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Right back at you, Aloy.
Aloy, the core is stable. Hephaestus is 100% contained. And we better get started with the merge. It's all set up. Gaia, establish the link, please.
Done.
To complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus' malicious code. Carefully.
Redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot of time. Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're at it.
Get behind me.
Come on! Quit screwing around.
Now we're having fun, right?
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport. Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her!
I can't even see her!
Beta. Varl. Where am I?
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay. What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art. Or the insight we might gain. Done so soon?
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. There's nothing wrong with savoring such treasures for a moment more.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
even if it means stopping your friends.
Especially so. Please, sit down. There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere, remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
My old focus.
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. How was it her? When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. Old. You are like a splash of color on a worn canvas.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your action. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
So you know all about me?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with...
When I was 8, terrorists, thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few. My guardian sent me to boardings. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, all because of circumstances beyond my...
Oh.
Aren't we? You were an outcast. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to. I had to remain anonymous, of course, but despite that anonymity, Far Zenith
What happened when Far Zenith approached?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future, one where we need not fear illness, where we explored the furthest reaches of It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closed. Pharaoh's machines were devouring the earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a birth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it...
I knew some of them were. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the truth. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual. It wasn't life. It was stultifying. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and alone yet again. But this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you.
To do what?
Help you to fulfill Liz's dream, which is a better future for...
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you... They will compel her if need be. But her life is... She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes, though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others punish her. She may not have had, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems hard, but you must believe that her well-being had...
Why did you make the data channel look like...
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but cultural artifacts of incalculable... Truly, some of the greatest achievements.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cool. I thought if she could experience, it would bring something else. A heritage every bit as valuable as this data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing. She needed its shelter, even...
Beta told me your colony that you came back to Earth because you had nowhere.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the more primitive tribes. No more combat machines, only a blank slate to do what pleases. But we will stop him.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient fountain, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fight. The distraction will provide us with a window.
Once we're inside the base, where...
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this work.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spying.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful. But his subordinates? He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sun.
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned the distribution of override technology, the arm, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that could...
That's the one thing I haven't been able to... But however he did it, with it in the Tanakh army, such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hikaru and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Z?
It's the price she must pay, without the ability to override her little rebellion.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride, and all with who the Sons of Prometheus, yet for all of Silence's brilliance, that blind spot is what...
While hundreds of tons died. So you knew...
Liz was everything she was. Your ingenuity. You've managed to distill her greatest quality.
I'm not asking about...
The honest answer, for all the time that I spent with her, she always kept up. It was...
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touch. Because regulatory authorities were just starting. Liz gave the... She had already achieved great renown for her work. But in her address, an AI-driven system